Chance to share old memories and play our songs again.
Welcome back and good afternoon to you. Cindy Dole here. This is Home Wizards. What's that show? Well, we're all about the things that you hopefully hold near and dear to you at your home, the things that make your life better, whether it's the inside, the outside. That's what we love to talk about, the spaces you call home. So thanks for sharing part of your Saturday with me. And a favorite way to discover, I think, some really cool ideas and inspiration happens every year around this time between April and May. It is the Pasadena Showcase House, and I know you know what that is. It's now, gosh, how many years old? 50 years old, almost. And it's been going on for so many years, doing good things for the community, but also making us smarter. And I always love to spend a few weeks kind of helping us learn what these designers have been up to. And so today we kind of kick things off. And more than 25 designers have been spending the past several months working busily at this home that is in the Lackawanna area. It was built by and designed by Paul Williams, the legendary architect. And now this home that already was really beautiful already is now going to be even more amazing. So we're going to talk about a couple of the gardens. Now, as you already know, the Showcase House doesn't have just one garden. It doesn't have one anything. It has about 10 of everything. But we can dream, right? So we're going to talk first right now about the entry garden, and I thought this could be really a cool thing to learn from because we all have that thing where you come to the front door, and now what the heck are you going to do? So with us is Michael Underwood with Underwood Landscape, and thanks for being here, Michael.
Thanks for having me.
So you were just talking about being a firefighter, and now you're a gardening landscape guy.
Yeah, I transitioned.
You did?
Yeah.
This is a lot less stressful, a lot less.
Yes, yes.
But you're saving lives in a different way, in a serenity kind of a thing,
well,
you know?
I'm making everybody happy.
That's nice. That's nice. So
Yeah.
here you are. Your challenge that you were up to was to do something about that front entryway and describe for everybody what it looked like before. Here it is, this English home with brick, 2 stories high. There's a circular driveway, and I saw these 2 cypress trees in the front.
Yeah, cypress and junipers.
And junipers.
That was kind of the old way of planting.
Very British and formal,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And it has a couple of layers of steps walking to the front door.
Yes, and then it's got a nice hedge on either side going and wrapping around the front entrance.
But you said, you know what, we can do better.
Yeah, I wanted to just make it pop when the people showed up and they were looking at the house, and I wanted to give it lots of color and play stuff off of the brick.
Aha. So speaking of brick, so brick is that reddish kind of a tone. You thought what color would complement that?
Yes, and I went with a blue, Tuscan blue rosemary, and decided to go with a yellow to accent that. And so, once we got out of the with all the junipers, I just wanted to, I just really wanted it to, when you walked up, it was inviting.
And it has that formal English vibe, but it doesn't feel stuffy. You know what I mean? It feels welcoming.
It did with the cypresses.
Before it did.
Yes.
But now it doesn't.
Now it's open. You
Yeah.
can see the house. You can see
It
all
says,
the way.
come on in, as
That's
opposed to like, don't even touch me.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
Talk to the hand. Now it's like, come on in. But yet it still has that, the English vibe. And so we can learn from that because I think a lot of us, no matter what the architectural structure of our home may be, we struggle with, well, now what do we do with our front? Because everyone wants to have a wow impression because everyone sees that curb appeal, right?
Yes. But using what's in your landscape and just tweaking it a little bit, I think you can get that. You just have to have some good ideas and a lot of the homeowners and a lot of people. If you talk with them long enough, they've got the ideas in them. They just you just have to keep talking.
So basically, you steal other people's ideas, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. And as we are thinking about the entrance to a garden, and making an impression, how do you begin with the layout? Because I saw in the before and the after, the before felt very flat, and then all of a sudden there were these tall trees, whereas now the after is more of a cascading, layering as you get, it starts low, and then the next layer, some shrubs, and then a little bit higher as you get closer to the front door.
Foreground to background.
Yeah.
And you use what you have. If you've got a green background, then you want to layer it coming out, and so that it's lows to highs when you're looking at the house. It's amazing what you can do just by adding things here and there.
That height difference really gives you those layers really gives you a nice rich sense of texture. It works.
Yes.
You know?
Oh yeah, all the time.
So maybe, and I saw you had at least 3 layers. Should we think in 3s or think in 5s? Or,
I would think in 3s to begin with. Sometimes you can think in 5s. With this, I wanted to leave some of the older, mature plants because the house is so large when you look at it. It just wouldn't have felt right if we went in with smaller shrubs. So what we're going to do is layer it and use the existing foliage that's there and complement the old way of planting with some new.
And what about the watering system? Did you install something for that?
Watering system's all going to be on drip. We want to cut the water down as much as possible. The drip will go to each the base of each plant, and we'll have little micro sprinklers on the any of the ground cover or annual color.
And the 2 plants or the 2 trees, they almost look like a topiary. Are they in containers right by the front door?
They're in pots.
Pots, okay. And what kind of plants are those?
Those are blue tip junipers.
Oh, the junipers too. Okay. So
I wanted to keep them, but I wanted to force it to the back of the to the front or to the back of the front, just so that it didn't overwhelm you as you're coming up it's kind of like a background.
Right. You want it to almost feel like that's the destination. You're kind of walking down the pathway as there is a little, a walkway to the front door.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what kind of suggestions would you give to folks who obviously don't have a palatial estate like that, but they still want to make a nice impression with some sizzle? What kind of colors do you go with depending on the size, the color of your home? Do you just say, hey, you went with brick, you said it's a brick home, I'm going to go with complementary to red, or you play off the color of your home? Yes, you
play off the color of the home, the walkway, whatever kind of, if they've got flagstone.
So let's say, I'm going to throw some colors at you. My home is gray. What 3 colors should I have for my entry?
I like the yellow, I like the blues. Pink will actually work.
Ooh, that sounds pretty. That sounds very soft. Okay, our house is taupe. The exterior of the house is taupe.
I still think it's
similar.
Yep.
What about a red front door?
Ooh, you're throwing everything at me, huh?
Well, you see people that have they're gorgeous. A nice red front door.
I think white.
White's pretty.
Yeah.
Or how about a black front door?
The blues and yellows.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe some window or not window boxes, door, boxes hanging on, planter boxes.
And how about a Spanish kind of an orangey terracotta home and entryway?
Terracotta. You could use every color, whites, pinks.
You just won $1 million.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. I'm sorry. I'm kind of putting you through a little game show
No,
thing, but
that's okay.
trying to give
Keep
people
going.
a visual. I got to keep going because we want to learn from you, and I think that is something that we all go through. In terms of containers, you had 2 containers by the front door. What's the wisdom there? Try to have pairings, bookends.
Lined up on the brick. Not too far away from the door, not hidden by the hedge.
And how tall should they be?
Depends on. This is a big house,
so
that's why I decided to go with these size containers. But I also brought smaller ones out onto the front, going up the stairs as well. So it's all gonna flow together, and it's not even the pictures that I showed you. They will change. Because with the show, everything's going to change. The colors are going to start to pop because it's spring.
That's true. We have a few more weeks.
So we're going to have a lot more. We're just going to have a lot more flowers to play around with, but it'll be very nice.
Good. Well, yeah, we might even get some more rain. So it's all kind of evolving.
Yeah, rain's good, especially here.
Cool. Well, so then if we were to think about doing something this weekend to our front entryway, maybe consider a couple matching containers. Yeah, and think about the color.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and utilizing what you have there. And lights are a great accent for, into the evening, into the, when it starts to get dark.
Okay. All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to still talk about the gardens at the Showcase House. In our second hour, we're going to discover, I think something we all kind of suffer from is how do you use that space that's really the small little nook and cranny that is kind of wasted space, but yet also making it some place for you to unwind and have peace of mind and, well, tranquility. Cindy Dole, this is your radio home for all things home, garden, and life improvement. We call it Home Wizards. Don't you get away, because we're just getting started.
In Johnny's garden.